Hello and welcome back everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black and this is more Kerbal Space Program. You may recall in the last episode that I tried my hand at recreating a Kerbalized F-18 Super Hornet, and that I was constructing it entirely from memory. After I recorded that and I analyzed all that footage in post as I was editing, I realized I got it about half right, because I actually checked out some photos of the aircraft itself, and I got the front end down pretty well, I think, but the rear, not so much. So in the meantime, I have reconstructed the now redesignated KF-18 Mark II. I've decided that because of the way that the actual aircraft designations work, like F for fighter, B for bomber, insert number for the model number here, just calling everything a K number makes for poor designation, and I'm going to confuse myself with that pretty quickly. So I've decided to basically make it Kerbal Fighter 18 Mark II, because this is now my new and improved, updated version to hopefully actually match an F-18's airframe a little closer. The most dramatic change that I made is obviously the addition of a second round of fuel tanks back here. I tried it at first with the little half tanks, and that actually didn't give me as much length as it really looked like I was going to need. So it looks like I was wrong in the first episode in thinking that by adding a second pair of these that it would be too long. This is actually just right. I was also wrong before in that the rear lower stabilizers are not down at a canted angle. It's actually straight, and they sit just below the primary control surface wings. So beyond that, I didn't really change much. I did scoot the primary wings up a little bit, or rather forward a little bit, I suppose I should say. And all that said, I have not given her a newly christened Virgin Flight, seeing as this is a new aircraft. So I decided to include you all for that. Although now, from its rear and I think front profiles, it actually looks a bit more like an F-18 now. So, at least in that regard, I think I've done pretty well. As well as, I also noticed this as I was putting it all together. That shadow, though! That is awesome! Like, that I think right there is my crowning achievement in this entire project, because that shadow silhouette actually looks like an F-18 shadow. Obviously, it's distorted and lengthened, so when you look at it from the top down, yeah, not so much. But at that angle, it looks like I got it right. So, let us bring our newly remastered beauty onto the tarmac and see if she actually flies. That I do not know. Oh god, what did my SAS do there for a second? It really went wibbly wobbly. Alright, Bill. Bill, you seem to be our fighter pilot. I don't know what happened to Jeb. I think he's off in a wreck somewhere. Oh yeah! He's still trapped in the cockpit of the other craft that crashed and has been pinned inside of it upside down for the last few days. Sorry, Jeb! It's okay! I think you may have run out of air by now, but I don't think this game accounts for that. Screw it. Alright, let's launch. Light the engines up. Okay. I really like the rear profile of this. Like, this actually looks like an F-18 from behind. Okay. Now, can I actually get this thing off the ground? Nope. Nope. I am laying on the flap up key. Oh, please, please, please get up in the air. Yes! Oh, no, no, no. Okay, alright. Alright, so she's a little back heavy. Oh, good god. Alright, so don't overcorrect. Oh my god, this thing. It is touchy. Oh, okay, we're gonna turn SAS on to hopefully stabilize her wobbliness, because it keeps wanting to pitch really dramatically in whatever direction that I try to pitch it in. Nope, no, no, stop nosing up. This is a problem that I ran into, although I seem to have mastered it. I think I've broken the beast here. When I was first designing aircraft, trying to really learn the ropes of this game, because some of them, I apparently just had a tendency, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous episodes, but I had a tendency of making really, really back-end heavy. So they would get up in the air, and then immediately start doing irreparable backflips and somersaults, which would of course lead into a death spiral straight back into the ground. And I killed a great many Kerbals learning how to not make back-end ass-heavy airplanes. Okay, so this one actually flies pretty well. It's not quite as snappy in the handling as my original version of this. However, this is a little bit more true to the real-world aircraft source material. Pardon me. Oh man, but it keeps wanting to like drift in different directions whenever I'm not flying perfectly straight. Okay, I did notice one thing as I was banking though, is that this thing, a lot of aircraft in Kerbal Space Program, they tend to not like to bank. They'll kind of like seesaw, and they'll kind of be like, nope, 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 and they don't want to actually bank very well. This one, it seems to actually be able to do it. Like, it does that little seesaw right there, and then I can really just power into that turn and maintain total control over the aircraft. And if you look at that exhaust trail, that's actually a pretty tight turn radius. So I think I may have done something right with this design, because that's really going to be my acid test for my Kerbalized versions of different aircraft, be they real world or sci-fi for that matter, or from various animes or movies, whatever the case may be. Whenever I try to recreate something, I don't just want it to look proper. I want it to actually be pilotable. I want it to be airworthy. That's gonna be the real acid test, because some things I am very confident I could make look right, but whether or not their center of mass would be proper, and they wouldn't just immediately start tilting and going into flips of death, I don't know. So, this episode, guys, is going to be really short. I really just wanted to revisit the F-18 and perfect it and show off my revised version of it for you guys. But to keep things interesting, I think we're not going to try and set poor Bill down on an island getaway. He didn't win any lotteries this month. No, instead we're going to try and actually set it down on the proper landing strip. I have no idea if this will go well. And I also have no idea, even if I manage to set it down well, whether or not there's enough runway there to stop before I meet the ocean. But we're gonna find out.
Bill coming to tower, Bill coming to tower. Requesting permission to land. Go ahead, Bill. Yes, tower, this is Bill coming. I want to set down on the landing strip. I got Mr. Kerbal at the helm. This could go very badly. 10-4 coming. We will be clearing the runway and evacuating the entire premises. Set down at your leisure. 10-4.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, this is not a proper approach path. I've got a really good airspeed. This is only 122 meters a second. Oh, I've overshot already. This is not good. Alright, nope, 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 no, no, I don't want to gain altitude. Oh, that is not enough runway. That is not enough runway. Screw it, we're setting it down. We are setting it down. Alright, kill the engines. Go down. Go down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it wants to stay in the air. The engines were completely dead there at the end. Okay. I guess we'll try that again.
Kerbal tower to Carmen. What the hell happened right there? Carmen the tower. Mr. Kerbal decided to do another touch and go without touching.
Alright, we're going to see if I can actually pull off an approach like this. I already know the answer, but we're going to try it all the same. Alright, we are down to 30% thrust. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Don't nose up, Bill. Come on, Bill. Work with me, Bill. We're not gonna dump you into the ocean at this angle. This is a good thing for you. Work with me here. Okay, alright. We're coming in at an okay. No, 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 no. Okay, alright. You know what? We're not gonna, well, we might land on the tarmac. There we go. There we go. Yeah! Alright. Okay. Alright. Level off. Level off. We're coming down. Oh! Feather light! Feather. Oh no. Don't hit the sign! Okay, good. Alright. Alright, it might help if I actually killed the thrusters. So, yeah. I keep surprising myself with my ability to actually set down aircraft in grasslands. Who needs airstrips? Airstrips are for the weak. Well, that went better than I honestly anticipated, so thank you all for joining me for this short little episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program here at Last Level Press. I am Mr. Black, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.